Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me. On this episode of Build Your Own, we're going to build, price, and option a 2019 Ford Mustang GT Fastback Coupe, as well as learn about the features and other configurations. Before we do, however, I just want to remind you that if you find this build and price review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The 2019 Ford Mustang is available in EcoBoost, EcoBoost Premium, GT, GT Premium, and Bullitt trim levels for coupe and fastback body styles. Convertibles are available in all but the base GT trim, though the GT Premium is offered. All Mustangs have a 6-speed manual transmission as standard and offer an optional 10-speed automatic. Price-wise, each trim level adds about the same cost increment as you go up the Mustang ladder. I say get the Mustang GT if you can. The EcoBoost is a fine performer, but the Mustang is at its best with the 460 horsepower V8 under the hood. I would add useful day-to-day civility at a reasonable cost by choosing the optional active valve exhaust and dual zone automatic climate control. Also, the performance package sharpens up the Mustang GT's handling performance considerably, so go ahead and get that too. Okay, let's jump into this build and price review of the 2019 Ford Mustang. We are going to build and price a GT. We're going to build and price the base Ford Mustang GT, the entry-level V8 engine. Yep, there's the GT Premium, etc., but we're not going to get into it. I'm going to build the cheap one, the cheapest one. What is it going to cost us to get into a Mustang GT? That's what I want to know. Before we get into that, we're going to check out the gallery here. We're going to learn about the features of the Mustang in general, and then we will do our build and price. Real quick, I did a build and price on the 2019 Chevrolet Camaro 1SS. It too has a V8 engine, and it's a cheap way into a V8 engine. I don't know if you're interested in the Camaros, but if you are, I'll put a link up to that video in the corner right now. Well, they have so many photos. As you can see, I'm on photo 45 of 64. Because there's so many photos, we're only going to look at specific photos. We're not going to go through all of them, whereas I normally always go through the gallery. But they have so many, we're not going to do that. We're going to look at this photo, though. This 2019 Mustang GT in ingot silver looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely beautiful. I like it. Let's look at some other photos of 5.0s. Here's a nice shot of another 2019 Ford Mustang GT 5.0 Fastback. This one in a shade of gray, looking very, very nice. There's some other photos. Let's take a look at them. Okay, so there's a series of these photos so we can get a nice shot of the design. So the Ford Mustang is very beautiful. This is definitely probably the GT. You know, it's got those heat extractors coming out of the hood. It looks very attractive. Yeah, here we go. Looks really good. This one clearly, obviously has the rear spoiler, whereas the first two 5.0s, the first two GT 5.0s we were looking at, the first couple of images, didn't have a spoiler in the back. This one has a spoiler in the back. It's kind of nice. I can take it either or, though. I think it's attractive either way. Look at the splitter on the front of this thing, though. Boy, it is. You got to be careful on that when you're pulling up for parking and stuff like that. I bet you can really scratch the heck out of that bad boy. But yeah, let's move on. There's a few other photos. Yeah, LED tri-bar tail lamps it has. But we're going to learn about those features, so I'm not really getting into that as much. We just want to see the design features, honestly. And there's a nice shot of the hood. And LED fog lights, a nice shot of the front. Here's a nice top side view of the 2019 Ford Mustang GT. Look at this. It's got those puddle lights that surely flash down from the bottom side of the side mirrors to show you these Mustang illumination lights. How cool is that? That's very cool. It's one on each side. Is very nice. I can tell that this one has leather interior, and like I said, we're going to be building a base model Mustang GT. If you watch this channel, you know I normally like digital speedometers, heads-up displays. I also like leather interior, but if we can't get leather interior on this one, we're going to give that a slide. It's going to be okay today. And for our last exterior photo, we'll look at the Mustang GT shown in either coupe or fastback body style, or a convertible. We can see there's a gray convertible. I'm not really a convertible guy, but yeah, they offer a convertible, or you get what they call the Fastback, right? Otherwise, other manufacturers call it a coupe. I find this kind of funny. So they had 64 exterior photos. They have 17, just 17 uh, interior photos. That's it. They have 17 of them. This is what they're showing, a GT Premium with black leather interior. We're just going to go through these 17 photos. So they might not all be of a GT, but we're going to go through the photos anyway. Yeah, the interior is well appointed. Like we said, or like I said in the beginning, all Mustangs start off with a 6-speed manual transmission, but there is a 10-speed automatic that can be optioned. Here is that 12-inch digital LCD instrument cluster. I love the cars these days. A lot of them are coming out with these new fully LCD screens that you can reconfigure, and they're just super, super cool. Okay, so yeah. Here they're getting into talking about features, and we're not going to get too far into talking about features because we're going to actually go learn about the features next after we go through these images. We really just want to take a look and see what it looks like on the inside of this thing. 7 unique applique panel choices. I don't know if this one's very attractive, but we'll see. We'll see what about appliques. Here they're showing that instrument cluster again and again, and yeah. So, yeah, they don't have a whole bunch of photos that show a whole bunch of things. I guess there's only so much about this interior. It's not super lavish or anything. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's just not a whole bunch going on in there. So, yeah, it looks nice, though. It looks nice. We've seen enough photos. Let's actually go check out the exterior colors. We can look at them. We can go learn about the exterior colors for our Ford Mustang GT for 2019. Let's check that out right now. So there are 10 exterior colors for the 2019 Ford Mustang GT. Here's Velocity Blue. This is Orange Fury, this color here. Then we have Race Red, Shadow Black, Magnetic, which we're just going to call that gray. There's a Red Ruby. I'm sorry, a Ruby Red. Here's that Ingot Silver, which is actually pretty cool. That was the first photo we looked at. Here's that Oxford White. There's a Kona Blue, and there's a Need for Green. Interesting name for the color. Okay, we've gone through the gallery, we've done a little overview, we've learned about the exterior colors for the 2019 Ford Mustang GT and all its configurations, really. Now let's talk features. There are 4 categories of features, so we're going to go through those features, and after we go through these features, we'll be ready to do our build and price. So here are the features. There's design features, right? There are design features. Then there are performance features, okay? And then there are technology features. And then lastly, there are handling features for the 2019 Ford Mustang. So we are going to go through these 4 categories of features, and then we'll do a build and price. So let's get started. So here's what we're going to do. Because there are many models and trim levels of Mustang, some things that they talk about will not pertain to our GT. So what I'm going to do is we're only going to look at information that pertains to the GT, GT Premium, things like that. Like I said, we're building a base model GT, but we're looking at the GT Premium here just because A, you might be interested in it, 2, TOO, and I just am curious, although we're not doing the GT Premium, what's available with the GT Premium. So it says it's got a long list of features. It has heated and cool leather trim seats. There they are. There's the dual zone electronic automatic temperature control. These are all the things I said, you should probably get. But like I said, they're at a different price point. There's the aluminum pedals. There's illuminated door sills. There's brushed aluminum instrument panel, stuff like that. So the GT Premium is certainly up level. Thing is, I've done a build and price on a GT Premium. However, it was a 2018 Mustang GT. If you're interested in that build, which I completely kind of sort of forgot about because I've done hundreds, I'll put a link up to the corner, or put a link up in the corner right now. Also, there are a variety of wheels for the 2019 Ford Mustang. Now, I'm not saying all these wheels that we are looking at here are applicable to our 5.0 GT. but we can see here there are quite a few wheel choices. Let's just look at the images up close. Okay, so there's this forged wheel, which is pretty cool. There's this California Special wheels, because some of these might be bundled into packages too. Keep that in mind. GT Performance Package Level 2 wheel. We'll get into that when we get into the build. Here's the Bullitt wheel. Yep, the Bullitt is a trim level of Mustang. It's come back. Like I said, we're not going to get into talking about the various Mustangs that aren't applicable to the GT. So we're not going to talk about the Bullitt, but yep, the Bullitt wheel. I don't know if you can get that on our GT. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. We'll find out when we get to the build and price and see what wheel choices we have. There's also a polished aluminum wheel. And then there's, well, we won't have to worry about the EcoBoost, but there's the EcoBoost Performance Package wheel as well. I kind of like the meshy wheels. I think they look cool. They remind me of like some BBS style wheels, and, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Says here that every Mustang model features all LED front lighting, signature lighting, low beams, turn signals, projector high beams, and there's also available, that means it's an option, fog lamps, okay? Fog lamps. LED headlamps offer a 30% reduction in power consumption. They say absolutely nothing really below these photos, but this is the cockpit, the interior of our 2019 Ford Mustang. And actually, you know what? It's not a bad place. It's nice in here. It's nice in here. Yeah, let's move on to learn about some other features. Remember, there were 4 categories of features. Let's move on. We just covered design features. Now we can get into the performance features for our 2019 Ford Mustang as they pertain to the GT, I should say. Yep, performance. You know, you can have a Mustang in a lot of different trim levels. I just had to stop here. I did say as everything that pertains to the GT, but it's worth noting there's 3 engines, 2 transmissions, 5 performance settings. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So that's pretty cool that you can basically have your Mustang really any way you want it, from mild to wild. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's relevant. From mild to wild, you can have a Mustang. Here's that active valve performance exhaust. You can even get it on the EcoBoost. And yeah, that's pretty cool. It even has a quiet start setting and everything. It's nice. And I bet you it sounds really good on that V8 engine. So transmissions, yep, we can get a 10-speed automatic transmission. All right. Or that also in that transmission, if you get in the automatic, it does have steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, which is fine. We're going to option our Mustang GT with a 6-speed manual transmission. Apparently that is the default transmission. That is the default standard transmission. And we are going to just stick with that, I think, today. There are also a couple of performance packages, apparently, for our 2019 Ford Mustang. Here's the, and we're going to definitely get one. There's 2, because there's the performance level 2 as well. We saw that when we learned about the wheels, so you already know that. No surprise. We may get both. Let's see. Or one or the other. Let's see. So the GT Performance Package, it's available on the GT and the GT Premium. It gives us 19-inch high-gloss ebony black painted wheels with summer-only tires. We get the Brembo 6-piston front brake calipers with large rotors. We get a Torsen limited slip differential. We get a gauge pack and unique front springs plus other features. So apparently this is the GT Performance Package Level 2. You can only get this on the Fastback. You cannot get this in convertible. It looks real tough. This photo right here looks real tough. So this gives you a magnetic ride dampening system. So it gives you everything that was in package 1, Magna Ride damping system with unique track calibration and a lot more. They don't get into it, but we'll learn about it because we're probably going to have to do the performance package too. That looks pretty chunky to me. Well, we can't be in the performance category and not talk about what's under the hood. Let's talk about the 5.0, the Mustang GT. Like I said in the beginning, it's got 460 horsepower. What I didn't say is it's got 420 pound-feet of torque. Apparently, there's also available selectable drive modes, but I have a feeling that that's only offered in the automatic transmission. I could be wrong, maybe not. They don't say one way or the other. I can see this little button down here that says mode, actually right there. It says choices of those modes include normal, snow wet, sport, track, or drag strip. So there you go. So they have a launch control, an electronic line lock feature, which looks like if you want to do these burnouts and stuff like that. I've never gotten into doing burnouts. I never wanted to be that hard on my drivetrain, no matter what kind of car I had, whether it could take it or not. I never wanted to do this just to wear my stuff out, right? But if you want to do something like this, you want to squeal and smoke your tires and do all that, well, you can do that on the Ford Mustang GT for 2019 with that, what they call it, the electronic line lock. They call it electronic line lock and launch control, right? It integrates the brakes, traction control, and powertrain control to help ensure quick starts, while real-time performance info is displayed on the in-dash LCD screen. That's for the launch control. The electronic line lock system does the hard work for you by locking the front brakes and releasing the rear brakes. Those back tires will be spinning and warmed up in no time, it says. Okay, so we got through those design features. We just finished up the performance features as they pertain to the Mustang GT. Now we're going to talk about technology features. Now we're in a section now we're talking technology. That's going to be more applicable across the board for trim levels and stuff like that. So we're still going to make sure that it's applicable to our GT, but yeah, we're going to now learn about and explore the technology features for the 2019 Ford Mustang GT, Coupe, Fastback, whatever you want to call it. So for features, they have something that's called My Mode. So I guess if you option your Mustang with the available 12-inch LCD digital instrument cluster, you can set your favorite drive settings, and the My Mode system will remember you or remember them the next time. So that's pretty cool. That even includes the exhaust and steering preferences. They really want you to know that the Mustang can smoke some tires, apparently, because here they are back talking about that stuff again. We're not going to really get into that because we just covered it, but I just want to say that it says standard on all models that performance metrics are instantly provided in the instrument cluster, right? There's an accelerometer, which displays lateral and longitudinal G-forces, acceleration times, and lap times, plus an automatic and countdown starts. And yet, then it goes into talking about that electronic line lock and launch control, which is for the manual transmission only, which works out because we're getting a manual transmission. Here's something cool. The B&O Premium sound system. I don't know if we can get it on our base GT, but if we can, we're all over it. I definitely want the upgraded sound system. It says it's got 12 speakers, has an in-trunk subwoofer, also includes a CD player, and HD. I don't care about the CD player. I mean, I don't know how many people. I don't really even know anybody who plays CDs, but CD player and HD radio technology. I take that back. I know one person who uses CDs regularly. Okay, let's talk about safety. It says Ford Safe and Smart package, a suite of driver assist technologies that includes pre-collision assist with pedestrian detection, lane keeping system, adaptive cruise control, auto high beams, automatic emergency braking, for collision warning with brake support, and rain sensing windshield wipers. Let's click these little information tabs here and see what they want to tell us. So we're gonna have 3 slides to look at. Oh, it's just redundantly stating that. So pre-collision assist with pedestrian detection. There's the lane keeping assist system, and there's adaptive cruise control. And yeah, like I said, it's a suite of driver assist technologies. What they don't say is whether it's standard or it's optional or an available thing. If we can get it on our GT, we will. I'm real big into the technology. I think it's cool. That's part of what makes brand new cars very cool, is all the tech that they have. I never get into it, but there's an available Sirius XM radio. Wow, they've got a lot. A lot of people get into the Sirius XM. There's all different kinds of subscriptions. So 150 channels, Sirius XM apps, traffic, travel links, and they're throwing out free subscriptions apparently when you buy it brand new. You know, you get a short trial subscription, 6 months, stuff like that. Every manufacturer also has their own app. Ford's no different. They call theirs Ford Pass. You can lock and unlock your car. You can pay for services. You can schedule service for your car. You can pay your bill. Yeah, you can even get help from a concierge that they call a friendly Ford guide. And then there's the top three. They say the available Sync 3. That's Ford's top tier infotainment system. And that's a capacitive touchscreen. You can do what? It's going to have your available navigation. Well, it has available navigation. That's going to also give you your Apple CarPlay, your Android Auto, your Bluetooth streaming, your voice, your Bluetooth phone, all of that stuff. Okay, one more categories of features to go through, and you can see it's a short category. They don't have much to say when it comes to handling, or they don't have a bunch of information about it. At any rate, let's learn about the handling features for our 2019 Ford Mustang, and then we will get into the build and price. So there's that available MagneRide damping system. Right now, this is sort of like the magnetic ride that General Motors does, but Ford calls theirs MagneRide. This thing can respond to the road 1,000 times per second. The result is a smooth, balanced ride. Also, the Ford Mustang for 2019 has an independent rear suspension, and apparently this is going to help minimize body roll and isolate road imperfections for a responsive ride. So aluminum alloy rear knuckles and H-arms help reduce unsprung weight. Here we're going to talk about the brakes. Plenty of stopping power. So all Mustangs, depending on what you got, they come with a different set of brakes. So as far as our GT 5.0s are concerned, it says GT models. And then, of course, EcoBoost Performance Package. The GT models get the 4-piston with 14-inch fitted rotors, and then a rear single piston with 13-inch rotors. I would think that if you upgraded the package, remember those performance packages, you get bigger brakes on that. Remember that? There's available selectable electronic power-assisted steering. So yeah, that gives you 3 modes of steering: comfort, the least amount of steering effort; normal, a balance between comfort and sport; and then sport requires increased effort to turn the wheel. I like that. So that's pretty cool. I'd want that. Hopefully we can option ours with that. I think that's a cool feature. Okay, here we are. We're ready to do our build and price. We're going to do our build and price on the 2019 Ford Mustang GT Fastback. It's got a starting MSRP of $35,355. It's got that 460 horsepower V8 engine that puts out 420 pound-feet of torque. As far as fuel economy is concerned, it gets 15 miles to the gallon in the city, and it gets 25 miles to the gallon on the highway. It has LED fog lamps. It's got 18-inch wheels, dual exhaust with quad tips, and it's got the Sync system, but it does not have Sync 3. We will certainly option it with the Sync 3 so we can have, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and all that there. Okay, so with all that said, let's jump into the configuration. Okay, you know what? We're going to keep it simple. I want this Mustang in all black, so we're just going to do it in shadow black. We are not going to do a tape stripe. Roof color, we're just going to leave the roof just the way it is. I guess it's just going to be black. Racing stripe, I don't want racing stripes. If you watch this channel, you know that I don't get into decals and stripes and stickers and all of that there. So that's the paint. Now we can select powertrain. Yeah, we got the 5.0 engine. We're going to stick with our 6-speed manual transmission. Moving on to packages. Now we have by default package group 300A. Now package group 301A, which is $2,000 upgrade, does give us that Sync 3. It does give us the selectable drive modes that we learned about. It gives us the dual zone electronic automatic temperature control. Let's see if there's anything else worth noting in that package. Yeah, it gives us ambient lighting. That's that My Color, the 4.2-inch cluster, Sirius XM radio, the Sync 3, and a 9-speaker stereo system. So I think it's worth the $2,000 upgrade. I don't think on our all black Mustang we need to worry about the black accent package, so we won't. We're going to go ahead and get those wheel locks because I like that stuff. Okay, so here are our packages. Here's the GT Performance Package. It's $4,000, and then the Performance Package Level 2 is $6,500. So let's just jump right on up to the big boy because Performance Package 2 includes well, we better learn about Performance Package 1 first and see everything that comes in Performance Package 1. So here it all is. You get you get those black wheels, summer only tires, you get the Brembo 6-piston brakes. You get a gauge pack that has an oil pressure and vacuum, heavy duty front springs, a K-brace, large radiator, performance rear spring. You get a strut tower brace. You get a different differential, unique chassis tuning, bigger sway bar in the back, and you get some different tuning on your software, I guess. So pretty cool. It's $39.95. That's the base package. Let's see what the $6,500 package has to yield. Well, you definitely get wider tires. You get 305, 30, 19 tires. That's cool. You still get that gauge pack and everything, and the K-brace and all that. But now you get that MagneRide system. You get that MagneRide suspension system. That's going to be your big deal there. And those wheels. You know what? I want to do the performance package level 2. It's $6,500, but you know what? Seeing that I didn't get leather interior, and I'm normally a leather interior guy, and you'd know that if you watch this channel, well, I'm going to go ahead and pop for that performance package too. Now, here's that now we got to pay $1,000 to have all that safety tech that we just learned about. Remember all that? Rain sensing wipers, the cruise control, all of that. We got to pay $1,000 for that. Let's go ahead and do it though. Okay, let's move on to exterior. Now we can check out some wheels. These are the wheels that are included in our package. I don't think I'm going to change them because that'll end up removing the package, possibly. Although I do like these aluminum wheels here that are very more meshy. Let me see if I can option this wheel without it removing a package. If I can't, yeah, we had to remove performance package level 2. That's what I figured. So no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to leave it the way it is. And let's see. Do we have the active valve performance exhaust? No, we don't. I don't think we need it. You know what? We're pushing $46,000 from a $35,000 car. No. I don't think we need that. I don't mind my car being loud. Whatever it is, it is. Let's see. Delete the rear spoiler. No. Rear spoiler performance, rear wing. Nah. The raised deck lid spoiler. So there's different variations of spoilers that you can do. I'm just going to leave what is standard. There's a remote start system, though. I think that's kind of cool. That's available for us. That is they don't tell us, I guess it's a no-cost option. What do we have to remove? Nah, we're not removing anything for it. So I guess we won't get the remote start. Let's scroll all the way back down since it kicked us up so high. Yeah, we have the wheel locks. We have the reverse sensing system. Yeah, that's where the remote start was right there. Okay, so that's where we were. The tires, we're leaving the tires the way they were. We're going to leave the rear end the way it is. We're not going to mess with any of that stuff because it's preset. We've got a package, so we're not messing with that. We only get cloth interior. We can do Recaro seats, though. It says Recaro cloth. So can we do Recaro cloth seats? So add Recaro cloth sport seats. Remove cloth front bucket seats. Okay. $1,600 option basically. So we're pushing $50,000 for our Mustang GT, but this is a bad boy sporty. I mean, we don't have the leather, but it's okay. All right, so let's take a look at this interior. Can we see that? Yeah, buddy. Look at those Recaro seats. Those are very nice. I like that. So we got the Recaro seats. I don't think we need the silver arrow aluminum finish. We don't need that. Do we need the 6-way power driver's seat with power lumbar without memory? That would be nice, but there's no price on that. We might have to remove something. Yeah, we'd have to remove those Recaros, so we're not doing that. Yep, ambient lighting's included. The dual zone, we've got it. The floor liners, I like those. We're going to go ahead and get those for $120. We have the selectable drive modes. We have the better upgrade stereo, so we don't have to worry about the... Look at the Sync 3 was looking quite sad, or the basic Sync. Good thing we have Sync 3 now. But do we want Sync 3 with navigation for $795? I think I do. Let's upgrade that for sure. It's just $800. I think it's a smart option. That's something you regret later on, and you can't go back and add to that. You can't do that. Let's take a look at accessories. See what there is. There is a car cover, there's hood louvers, there's all kinds of little things, the little kind of louvers and things like that. All this stuff is available at the parts counter at your dealer, so I'm not going to really worry about it. I do like this cargo area protector though to go along with my mats on the inside. That's pretty cool. I don't think we need any first aid kits or any organizers or anything like that. All cool stuff though. Let's go to the summary now. Okay, so we started off with a $35,000 Mustang GT. Now we have a almost a $49,000 Mustang GT, but we have a very, very, very nice one that has some great options on it. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and print off this build summary. So if you like the way that I've spec'd out this 2019 Ford Mustang GT Fastback, you can download the build summary in the description below right now. Other than that, I'm going to wrap this video up. And if you found this review of the 2019 Ford Mustang GT Fastback Coupe helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I'm going to tell you to have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the very next video.